The race starts on the backstretch, we enter the third corner, into the final corner, passing the Zelkova tree, and finally into the 500-meter home stretch of Hopes and Dreams. This is Tokyo 1600 meters, left turn, summer, sunny, the conditions for Yasuda Kinen. Hello everyone, this is Charles of Victoria Frontier. This is going to be the complete guide on CM3 containing all of the essential information. We'll first talk about the track, the required stats, the acceleration that we want, team comps, and I'll also go over most of the characters that are worth mentioning, and I do have a tier list for this CM. I know this video is a little bit overdue. CM3 is right around the corner, and most of you are probably already finished or half finished with your CM3 aces. This video was the original guide, but I cut it down a lot because I wasn't happy with certain parts of it and I wanted to remake it. For this video, I'm mainly going to give you guys my perspective of the current meta in CM3. And CM3 is a track that I really like, and I think it's super interesting. It's really a shame that I wasn't able to express more of my thoughts on the CM because I had a lot to say about the CM. Reminder that everything I say in this video is just a summary of the information I gathered through the hundreds of room matches I've done or spectated across these few weeks, as well as cross-referencing with the actual CM data from the Taiwanese server, as well as JP server meta. If you have come to a different conclusion than what I say in this video, that is perfectly normal and perfectly fine, because CM3 meta is actually super interesting and fun. There's so many layers to it, and it's natural that I can't possibly cover everything in this video. Regardless, enjoy the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in Victoria Frontier server, #CMstrat or CMchat, because that's where I hang out the most and talk about strategies with the other players. Enjoy. In CM3, you guys are going to learn about the importance of skills. Tokyo 1600 meters is an acceleration course. The strategy for this course basically comes down to which Uma is able to accelerate the fastest to their top speed and abuse that top speed for as long of a duration as they can in the 500-meter home stretch, because this home stretch is really fucking long. You go down the fourth corner, you proc a ton of acceleration skills here, you accelerate as much as possible during this small window, and you go on the uphill. Your rate of acceleration is going to decrease, as is your opponent's rate of acceleration. You're going to run it down the last 300-ish meters, and it's just a battle of raw speed. You really want the correct accelerations. For example, Sensei's unique angling and scheming, Pro Pranka for El Conto Pasa's unique. I'm sure most of you knows that because, well, this guide is really late. On top of just knowing which acceleration skills you need for your Uma, you also need to secure that acceleration. By that, I mean that you have to build your Uma correctly to a point where she is able to abuse that acceleration skills that you've bought in your kit. For example, Sensei's unique skill only procs on P1, so the first place position when you enter the late game right here. When you enter the late game in this tiny little 33-meter pocket. So if you're not in first place, your Sensei unique will not proc, and you will not be able to enjoy that acceleration. This is a big issue because now you guys have a win condition. This is the win condition being, for example, for frontrunners, being at first place in the late game when you exit the fourth corner, being at first place. We'll come back to this later, but let's first talk about the stats. The stat goals for Cancer Cup is going to be max speed. The stamina goal for the CM is going to be 578 and 290. This is the bare minimum. You might have watched other guide videos already, and you might know that on this race course there is stat thresholds. So on this race course, you're going to get extra speed at 5% speed, basically just 601, 301 on normal mode is going to give you extra speed, right? Here are some build examples for you to reference. One thing you should immediately be able to notice is that the majority of the builds shown here do not have 601 stamina, nor do they have 301 guts. The thing with the stat threshold is that it's actually merely just a tiny extra speed, and the window for abusing the top speed in this race course is only just the home stretch. And one of the main things about abusing the speed, you have to accelerate to that top speed first. So CM3 is going to be more of an acceleration game than a top speed game, And so you should really be prioritizing getting all the acceleration skills on your kit first, and then actually building around activating them as consistently as possible, or at least the ones that can be manipulated to a certain degree by human. You want those acceleration skills to be as consistent as possible. Say, let's pump some iron, you have to be on 6th place. Then you try to understand what the room matches are looking like. You give them, for example, the Grass Wanderer a little bit more middle game skills so she can move up and proc let's pump some iron. There's a bunch of stuff that cannot be controlled in this CM. For example, proccing Furious Feet, proccing on your left. These skills, you really can't play around these skills because this is a complete gamble. You do not have any human control over it, nor can you do anything to increase their consistency. You're probably still lying on 59th place anyways. One thing you can do is that to get a little bit more consistency on your late surger and enclosers, you will ignore the tiny bits of speed that you're getting from the stat threshold, and you should prioritize getting more middle game skills and getting to 6th place and 5th place. In mile races, generally speaking, since it's a shorter course, the effect of acceleration is going to be much stronger because the window for running at top speed is smaller now because of the shorter track, and therefore the faster you accelerate to top speed in this first half of the final leg, the more likely you're going to win. This is also why people are talking about frontrunners and Saiyan Sky Unique a lot, because Saiyan Sky's unique skill is reliable and consistent because the only requirement for it is just for you to be on 1st place in the final corner. This means that whoever touches 1st place first, entering the final leg in the 33-meter window, is going to proc Saiyan Sky Unique. This condition is much more controllable or predictable compared to Major Orion's Let's Pump Some Iron, which requires you to be on 6th place, right? Due to how different teams have different team compositions. For example, some guy could be running like triple front, some guy could be running double front, 1 encloser or 1 late surger, or one guy could be running 3 late surgers or enclosers, right? It fluctuates a lot, and it really depends on your matchmaking and how many lates and ends the lobby has. And so it would be more accurate to say it's more inconsistent to expect yourself to be on 6th place compared to having one objective, which is to fight for and reach the 1st place before the others do. Game plan for runners is just going to be hit 1st place before the others do. For enclosers, your game plan is going to be stacking on random acceleration skills. I've seen a lot of talk about late surgers and enclosers being gambly. A lot of people are suggesting you to go late surgers and enclosers. So regarding this, I think it's really important for me to point out that if you are actually going for a high win rate, if you really care about winning a lot, running frontrunner is going to be much more consistent and more beneficial. But at the same time, frontrunner requires quite a bit of preparation because you'll need groundwork in your sparks because it's like hard to acquire from support cards. It's just really hard to just prune that hint out from Ogre. Frontrunners have Angling and Scheming and Victoria por Planka. Planka is actually going to be a 0.1 acceleration, and Saiyan Sky's unique skill is going to be a 0.2 acceleration. So which means that a frontrunner that hits P1 reaches the 1st place in the final corner first, assuming that they pass the wit check for both of their unique skills, they are going to have a 0.3 acceleration. Since in Champions Meeting, all you need is one of your aces to cross the finish line first, that's called winning. It's actually just much more consistent to all in on frontrunners and doing 3 front. But before you go into the comment section and flame me for being a sweat or advocating for frontrunners, all I'm doing is telling you the truth. I played Taiwanese server back then, like I checked the archives back then, the win rate spread for the lobbies in Champions Meeting, whether it's round 1 or round 2, the win rate spread for frontrunners and enclosers or late surgers, it's about 7-3 split. So frontrunners is going to win about 70% of the time. I don't expect global to play out exactly the same, but for the Taiwanese server, which I played, which is not the JP server, because JP server, other playstyles benefited a lot more from general population being less knowledgeable at the game, and also basically just the entire player base not having Kirasan Black because they had no idea this card existed. So the general population was much weaker, and so the environment was easier. For global, we benefit from clairvoyance. We have like full information on what's going to work and what's not going to work. So I'm telling you now that Frontrunners is going to be strong. There's no sugarcoating it, but I am also not going to just forget about the other strategies because I'm a guide maker and I'm also first and foremost a Oshi PvPer. I don't like playing hard meta, so I'm still going to tell you how to maximize your wins on late surger and end closer. I opted to just completely ignore Pace Chaser because, well, Pace Chaser is pretty cooked. I'll go into it after I go talk about late surgers and end closers, alright? So, late surgers and end closers, they are relying on gambly acceleration this time. It means that your win or loss almost entirely decided by if the game gives you that RNG dice roll or not. So this time around, you have quite a bit of acceleration that you can pick. There should also be Redshift Maruzensky unique here. Basically, if you're going to stack acceleration on late surgers or end closers, basically it's going to look something like this. Substitute gold skills when possible, right? I'm just listing out the skills because later you can't put like both the gold skill and the white skill together. Yeah, I'm just using it as like a demonstration, all right? For late surgers, you're going to have Slick Surge and updrafters and iron and redshift. So if we take a look at these conditions, updrafters requires you to be order rate 50. So in CM, you have to be 5th place and beyond 5, 6, 7, 8. Slick Surge requires you to be on 5, 6, 7, 8 as well. Order rate 50. It activates randomly in phase 2. So like in the end game, in the final leg, in the end game, however you call it, it's a massive window. And it's really, it procs anywhere here. And it's just inconsistent. That's my rating of it. And otherwise, there's like Let's Pump Some Iron, which requires you to be on 6th place, exactly 6th place, but it's an insta proc. So if you are on 6, you have a 0.2 acceleration. And then there's also Redshift, which is a bonus acceleration when you insta proc Let's Pump Some Iron. And if there's 4 frontrunners in the lobby, the guy at 5th place is running out of gas and you pump some iron and you swiftly overtake them and proc Redshift. Redshift procs this entire area in right here. So anywhere when you touch 1st place, 2nd place, 3rd place, Redshift will proc as long as you touch 5th place. For late surgers, the stuff that they have is all gambly excels. They have a gold skill, I guess, but they're just not as consistent. There can be a lot of ways to understand this differently because for some people, just gambling and winning 1 or 2 races, getting into A group finals is sufficient, right? Everybody plays Champions Meetings differently. Some people care less about it, some people care more. I think that late surger is relatively weaker than end closers in the CM due to 1, they rely on the field and they rely on matchmaking. 2nd, they rely completely on random skills, which does not deliver consistent results according to the archives. The best win rate I see is probably like 12%. Like Vodka, Grass Wonder, a lot of people were dumping like late surger aces in there and they do not deliver results. But that's just my observation from a previous server, right? If you were to ask me, I would definitely straight away spurt on any character that can have their style aptitude be raised to A or like at least B, because straightaway spurt, unlike Slick Surge, unlike the other skills, it actually procs right here, right? Only 33 meters delay and it's guaranteed. Whereas when you are a late surger, you have to gamble all of this. If you're an end closer, you're only gambling 1 excel, which is updrafters / fierce feet, but you already have a 0.2 right here. The point is you'll always have a consistent acceleration that procs instantly. And due to how end closers are at the back, there's more that you can do, and that is not affected by the field because you're already the most backward group. If you're a late surger, you're free food for any end closers. If you step into like a 3 or 2 frontrunner lobby, your late surger is going to be on 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place. Pace Chase is not going to be that good unless you have like Fierce Feet or on your left in your character's like innate potentials. My take is that you go and closer. Or if you are burnt out, if you don't want to grind sparks, you just want to chill, slam like what? Major Ryan unique, slam Ogre Cap power card, slam like Ogre Cap power card, grab the acceleration skill, and play late surger. It's a very low commitment. You can end your ace grind in what, 3 days, 4 days. At most you just get mile S and then you just scramble whatever speed power and then you leave wit at what, 400, 500 and you just chill and gamble, right? Pace chasers. 先行犯貴啦，屌你老母，收皮啦。The only way I can see this working is first of all, you have to be in a front runner less lobby and that your front runners are weak so you can easily overtake them, or that there is just simply no front runners, because if you run into jobbers with 3 enclosers, 3 late soldiers, then you just take pace chasers for free. One of the cases that you will win on pace chaser El Conopasa is that there's no contest for you on first place to second place, because Planka is a skill that only procs on the home stretch on first place to second place. It's quite a strict requirement, and well, there's not really much that you can do to control the lobby in your favor. If you're in a Jabba lobby, you will win on El Conopasa. You can try to force it with what? Like, you can try to spam middle game skills like it's on, you can try to spam mile corners, pace chaser corners, but pace chaser corners is a pain in the ass to get. Everything else is a pain in the ass to get. But if you hit, you hit, right? Honorable mention is that Current Chan probably does work. Actually, like if you're in a 4 front lobby, if you are Current Chan, you overtake 1, overtake 2, that's your unique skill. You proc, you hit, you zoom. Current Chan, I think, has a shot at pace chaser, but you cannot run front runner of your own because it's going to be super awkward. For El Conopasa, I think that the easier way, either just wait for Java lobbies and expect that you win all of them and forfeit the rest without bringing your own frontrunner. Here's the part where I talk about how I think each character should be built. Not every strategy here is going to be the most effective tactic available. I'm mainly just showcasing the possibilities of umamusume and how certain strategies should be able to work. Because, well, I like to Oshi PvP. I like to do unorthodox strategies. Enclosed Maruzensky might not be your ideal type of easy to build ace, but can you really tell me that watching Maruzensky, a normal frontrunner, run it down main with red shift zooming down the outside is not hype? Can you really tell me that isn't hype? Or when Current Chan hits a fat speed carryover in like 1 in 20 games and have a massive speed carryover into acceleration into the late game from 4th place position as a frontrunner. Can you really deny the possibilities of Oshi PvP? Because it's just hype, right? It's just fun. This is what umamusume is all about. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video, I guess. This course is very fun to me, and these are the stuff that I cooked up for this course. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm actually going to go deeper into characters. So yeah, there is actually going to be a tier list this time. If you're still watching, Smart Falcon, undoubtedly, without a single doubt in my mind, is going to be the strongest character in the CM. The only way Smart Falcon loses, if Smart Falcon is built correctly, is if her wit check fails on groundwork, or that she late starts and gets blockaded by a lot of umas. My take on front blockers, they are hard to train. You need groundwork sparks for it. You need to freaking spend either borrow runs or whatnot on it. You need like 600 speed, 1200 power, 1200 wit, right? You don't confirm wins because your late soldier or encloser is still at the back, unless you're playing Current Chan, I guess. So it's not going to be super consistent. You still have to gamble for your acceleration skills, right? It doesn't even get P1 consistently enough. Like, even if you 600, 1200, 1200 by correct skills, everything, there's still a chance that you fail to block because of late start, groundwork, not proccing, whatnot, right? I'm not going to recommend front blocker. I think Sakura Bakshino deserves her spot as an ace. She's quite strong. Smart Falcon, is going to be extremely strong because of her unique skill mainly, and that she has what, a really strong stat bonus, 20% speed, 10% power, which means that she can go all in on Samus Sparks and go like speed wit, right? She has Turf E. Even though it's Mal A, it's honestly fine. If you can make Mal S, obviously that's cool. If you don't make Mal S, you will exist and you proc unique skill, nobody can touch you. For now, because Summer Maruzensky comes here, she's gonna challenge Smart Falcon. Anyways, she has White Conditions, she has Frontrunner Savvy, so 2 green skills, you need 1 more. Her 2 gold skills don't work, doesn't matter, because she has Leader Pride, and Leader Pride plus unique skill plus the skills that you grind on her plus groundwork is going to make Smart Falcon a super good ace, as long as you buy like Sensei unique skill and Planka, right? Smart Falcon undoubtedly is the strongest character. Since she's a 3-star, not many people have her, and well, she's strong. I'm just gonna let you know she's strong. And if you have more than 50% win rate total, like for example, you have an 80% win rate total and 41% of it is by Smart Falcon, then you're not going to get the OCP badge, you're going to be getting the total win rate badge. But that's just an incentive for me to try not to make the global community sweat too hard. Anyways. Sakura Bakshino, my stance on her is that she's really good as an ace. Also, stat bonus is 10% with 20% speed is fine. The only biggest problem of her is that her kit doesn't contain frontrunner skill. So you have to grind everything from ground up. I mean, if you're building a front blockchain, it's still the same shit. You still have to grind 3 green skills plus groundwork into her lineage. The only difference is that she's now winning. She's now contributing 20%, 30% of your wins because her unique skill is quite good alongside Sensei. She's actually stronger than Sensei because of her unique skill. Mainly, that's it. Speaking of Sensei is my pick. I already built like the frontrunner Sensei. I already showed you. Mousy, 10% stam, 20% wit. Not a bad bonus. She has Kikasho and Tenosha Spring on her objectives. That's kind of a problem, so you need Stamina Spark for it. Saiyan's advantage comes from how she doesn't need Planka. You don't need to buy Planka on her. You literally you don't need to buy acceleration skills, you just hit P1 and the race is yours. You can sack speed on her. Mal A is sufficient. Don't go out there and say that I suggested Mal A is enough, but Mal A is sufficient on Saiyan Sky, alright? She has what? Tail held high, frontrunner savvy, escape artist. This means that she already has innate frontrunner skills that help her fight for position. Frontrunner straight away is super good, and when she wins the Kikasho, she's going to get Leader's Pride. It doesn't show here, but she does get Leader's Pride from the event. Leader's Pride is going to be super good skill for defending the position in the early game. That's it, yeah. And then on to the 3rd tier. Strong but inconsistent. There's going to be Naruto Taishin with Encroaching Shadow. She has Nemesis, which has a chance of overtaking in the final corner, and then she will have like a speed carryover into the last part, which is really good. Encloses straightaways, you know, Encroaching Shadow, yeah, it's cool. She has let Tenosha Spring as well. Her aptitude, 10% speed, 20% guts is kind of awkward. She has Encroaching Shadow. You can't really complain about the Shadow herself. Basic acceleration by 0.4. She has 1 acceleration already done. And the rest, it just depends on how you build her. Mild D, spam more Mild Sparks, that's it. As for Grass Wanderer, one of my picks as well. 20% speed, 10% power, very comfy bonus. When there's a will, there's a way. This unique skill is 100% going to proc on the acceleration zone, which is not useful. If any unique skill procs right here, first half of the final leg, you're just going to lose the effect because speed skills on the acceleration zone is not going to help you. Home Stretch Haste, like on your left, Position Pilfer. These 3 skills are going to be like decent on her. She just has on your left, and that's pretty much it. Not much else to say about her. Major Orion herself. Let's pump some iron. Insta proc Excel, obviously going to be good when she hits, whenever she hits. Rising Dragon, actually unironically, one of the strongest skills for this CM, given that you overtake. If you hit, you speed store, you win, given that you don't get blocked. It's a gambling character. What can I say? That was Gullet, that was Rocket. Do I really need to say more? That Rocket exists. Red Ace has like increased acceleration 0.3, target speed 0.25 for 5 seconds. If she is in P1, order equals to 1, she's going to win harder. Yeah, literally that's it. But the problem is that she doesn't have innate frontrunner skills, so you have to grind everything from groundwork. She has Unyielding Spirit. Unyielding Spirit's gonna be good. I'm gonna talk about it in the next video, but yeah, Unyielding Spirit is going to be good. That Scarlet has unique skill and Unyielding Spirit, so it's worth mentioning, but not as super strong. I would say like, you know, like this, you know, like this. Vodka is Furious Feet holder. She has Slick Surge and Updrafters, and like Mile Straightaway is Furious Feet. All of these are good skills. Her unique skill functions, 0.35 it is. You might not be able to proc kind of drive consistently. Her other skills are pretty good. Mile Straightaway is Furious Feet, nothing to scoff at. Really good. Mano Top Gun has Leader's Pride and Unique Skill. Unique Skill, don't think helps you fight for the position. It helps you secure it. It's a last resort defense, but it's not the strongest. So first, second, third place, just proc the skill and you will be able to defend if you're on the inner rail. So anybody that tries to push on you, they're going to be denied. Yeah, you're going to defend their attack. So Leader's Pride, Flashy Landing, Front Runner Aptitude. If you want to run End Closer, if you think Maya deserves to be End Closer, run Wedding Maya. Wedding Maya has Flowery Maneuver, which has acceleration as long as you overtake somebody on the final corner. This is very interesting because like if you overtake on 5-7 and you proc at the correct timing, you zoom. So for the rest of the characters, I'm just going to skim through, alright? Suzuka, unique skill does not work. Being a front runner herself, she's left-handed. She also has concentration. Concentration on left-handed is going to help her fighting for the first position early on. But that's pretty much it. Rodolphe, End Closer specifically. We don't run her late soldier. Rodolphe, End Closer, 4 End Closer Sparks. The rest is going to be Mile Sparks. 20% stamina is going to be pretty good. So you just run speed power on her. She's going to function well as long as she overtakes 3 people. By the time you overtake 3 people, you're going to finish acceleration. Konrapasa, Fantasy. Aim for the France. Is overtake equal to 1? It's way too easy to proc and it's just twitchy, you know, it's twitchy. But she does have what? Furious Feet, Rising Dragon, 1.5 mil CC, Unyielding Spirit, out as well, Home Tread Haste. She functions fine. El Konrapasa, Late Surger. Actually, Late Surger and Closer, both of them works fine. I'm not a believer, so I would just say she has a functioning kit. In theory, she should work. Late Surger top speed is just not enough, even if you proc like a lot of things. And Closer D, Late Surger or Front Runner. End Closer specifically, Late Surger is fine, but End Closer specifically is going to look super good. Imagine Ogre Cap is zooming down outside. It's just like nice nature. Late Surger I think is fine. When you overtake to the 3rd place, if you proc all the excels and you overtake the 3rd place, you still function. Same thing as End Closer, I think. The nice nature is ND. You could go for End Closer, honestly. You could. Yeah, it depends on you how much you want to commit. Mihono Bourbon, Front Runner Straightaway, Front Runner Corners. Early lead does nothing. Front Runner Straightaway Corners is going to be super good. And the rest of her kit, not really that notable. Unique skill procs on acceleration zone, so never mind, it's not gonna work that well. Major McQueen has TDDC, but her aptitude is F, so you need 2 tiers increase. I did see like Haste Chaser McQueen, which got 12 wins out of 20 in my archives, but then you really have to overtake a lot of front runners. Haste Air Groove, she had Big Sicily, right? Does she have Big Sicily? Yes, she does have Big Sicily. I'm not a believer. You have to sack your unique skill. Run normal Air Groove. I think normal Air Groove is gonna be better. Gold Chip, unique skill kind of puts her in the front. There has been recordings of Gold Chip being in 3rd place a lot. I think Gold Chip's in an awkward spot where she oversteps if there's not enough like late surger and closes. If there's a lot of late surgers and closes, she moves too far forward. If there is a lot of front runners, she kind of still there, and that she doesn't have that many skills innately. Package Shuttle, front runner, go crazy. Unique skill doesn't work, but she has 1 speed skill. Don't buy Mount Maven, that's it. Special weak and closer, go zoom, go crazy. Overtake 1 guy, Zenshin Zenne, go crazy. Aurora, I know a few Fog Orbs that are actually making Aurora into an ace. I think Late Surger and Closer does work for her. She has 1.5 mil CC. Her unique skill, unironically, actually functions as a recovery skill on Tokyo 1600 meter turf. So she actually has a recovery skill. And Closer, Late Surger, that's fine. Ryan still works fine, I would say. Like it's just okay. She works at End Closer, right? End Closer D, so Mile B, you slam and do End Closer. Or Late Surger, honestly, whatever suits you, whatever takes less time for you. In Body and Mind, and also like straight away at depth, right? Beeline Burst. Beeline Burst is kind of ass. In Body and Mind is fine. Winning Ticket, I don't want to talk about her. She has like Late Surger skills, mainly Amazon. Potential 3, potential 5 gold seals does not work for Amazon. You're playing off potential 2 and potential 4, and you don't have access to Amazon power card, but I have seen Amazon work. For these Umas, good luck. I'm going to talk about Kuren-chan, Fuji, Kiseki, Maruzensky, Maya, El Konrapasa, right? I talked about El Konrapasa earlier. We'll go from El Konrapasa France first, right? El Konrapasa France has a big problem. She does not have any innate skills. You have to build everything from the ground up. You have to grab groundwork, green skills, mill game skills. You can't expend your skill points effectively, or yeah, you basically just don't have hints. You have to get all of them in the training, which is a problem and also requires front sparks. I think it's not that big of a problem if it requires front sparks because she wins if she hits P1 anyways. If she hits Rod plus Planka, she wins. You don't need Mal S on her. Encloser Maruzensky. Encloser Maruzensky, unironically, is the one of the few characters that I think can take a one-on-one on Saiyan's guy. I think in the entirety of this CM, if you have me name one character that can rip the rod away from Saiyan's guy, when Saiyan's guy rods, when Saiyan's guy procs her unique skill, Maruzensky is the one that I'm confident in being able to win, provided that she hits 6 or 5. Furious Feet, straightaway spurt, Maruzensky unique, Major Ryan unique, she goes zoom. It's a spectacle. It's really fun. I'm a massive Maruzensky Encloser believer. Encloser B or A, Mile Aptitude A, out accelerate your opponent, you still win. Alright? There's not really a speed difference. As long as you hit 6, you'll eventually proc 5, you'll out accelerate the front runner, you'll win. If you don't hit 6, you don't hit 5, that extra speed is not going to do anything. So prioritize Encloser, prioritize getting into 6th position. Fuji Kiseki, her kit is just shifting gears, fixes silly, mile corners. All of these are good skills. Pace Chaser is going to be shit, so you run her as front runner. So she have her unique skill at 300 meters. It's about the time that you finish accelerating, and so she, as long as she detects somebody near her lane, like behind her, she's going to accelerate. She can speed up at 0.45. Defensive skill, super strong. Right now in global, this is like the old activation requirement, which is kind of worse than the new one, but then still works. I believe we'll still have to test it out because I'm probably going to pull for Fuji Kiseki. I like her. You can sack her speed down to 1000 if you can get Mal S. If you can't get Mal S, you get more speed, whatever. 1200 speed, 1100 speed, 1000 speed Mal S. You will probably still be able to defend against people that come from the back, alright? We don't have to have a 100% win rate when you hit Rod. You need to have a 90% win rate when you hit Rod. You need to Rod as much as you can, and then you need to win 90% of them. You don't need to win 100% of them, because the more you increase on the back end, the more you increase speed, the less you invest into rounds for extra skills and for fighting for Rod, right? And before getting Rod, all speed does not matter. Fuji Kiseki, frontrunner. I am a believer. That's it. I'm a believer on frontrunner Karenchan. You still bring groundwork on her. You overtake. Don't play off. You don't play off of Saint's Guy unique. You play off of your own unique. You hit a 1 in 10 chance of winning the race. If you win the race, you laugh and post it on Victoria Frontier Discord. If you don't win the race, you don't win the race and let your other aces deal with it. Karenchan is very fun. She's not a consistent ace. She's fun. She's funny. She exists. That's it. That's all for CM3 guide. I'm probably going to have a part 2 about this. This is extremely long. This is crazy. I recorded for like an hour or so. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I want to do more of these deep dives. If you made it all the way through till this point, congratulations. My channel memberships is open right now. If you want to support me, if you want to get early access to videos, do check it out. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. 依張圖啊真係勁啊！我冇嘢好講啊！呢個真係戇撚柒鳩啊！邊撚個諗出嚟嘅？點會有可能喺4年之後，我哋望翻同一個杯，可以有人講到 Eru Kondo Pasa 係勁嘅，係有料到嘅，啲人係唔識玩圖嘅，唔攞地固嘅。好咯 ，sorry 咯，大佬，我用未來時望翻轉頭。望都冇可能有人會講話神鷹係有料到嘅，神鷹現實係有料到，神鷹遊戲入邊就收地皮翻歸啦，真係哇屌你老母！有冇人可以講到出啲咁嘅嘢出嚟啊？係個 server 廢定係啲人廢定係啲教嘅人廢啊？戴翻個頭盔先，各位識聽廣東話嘅大佬們，國際服呢就確實係弱啲嘅，咁。都唔出奇嘅，如果神鷹勁嘅話，咁真係戴翻個頭盔先。神鷹係應該係真係會打到30零幾%嘅勝率出嚟嘅，因為唔係講笑。我行出野場，我行出 VF 個 Discord， 我冇見到一個真人，全部都不是人，懂嗎？算啦，嗰隻服好努力㗎啦，我學緊，慢慢做攻略啦，唔緊要啦，加油！